Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Champ here. Unfortunately, Dino was unable to join us this week. He suffered a mild heart attack Sunday afternoon towards the tail end of the Chiefs-Cowboys game. That's how close we were to hitting the 50-1 parlay. Dino, rest up well, pal. We're going to need you for week 4. The Smoke Show was also unable to join us this week. She is off in the Aloha State, shooting the cover of the Hawaiian Tropic swimsuit calendar. She was, however, generous enough to send us a photo for all the fans out there. Smoke Show, you look great. Thank you for that. Quickly recapping week 2, I went 10-6 against the spread, hitting my top gold pick and my second silver pick, winning a total of $5,400. It was close to being a hell of a lot more with the parlay going 5 for 6 and the teaser going 5 for 6. But that's last week. Let's move on to week 3. Starting off, I want to talk about Thursday night football and what I briefly mentioned in week 1 in primetime unders. Thursday night they got the over-under set for 50.5. Kansas City at Philadelphia. Last year, Thursday night games had 10 out of 14 stay under. This year so far, the Eagles have had their first 2 games go over, but Thursday night football, nobody knows the Eagles better than Andy Reid, and 50.5 points is far too many. I think someone wins that game 20-17. It's going to be a tight one. Let's start it off with the parlay this week. 50-1. I'm taking 3 totals and 3-point spreads again. Starting it off with the under 49 in the Redskins-Lions game. The under 48 in the Green Bay-Cincinnati game. Giants and Carolina over 45.5. San Francisco minus 10 at home against the Colts. Arizona plus 9.5 in New Orleans. And the Seattle Seahawks minus the big 19.5 at home against Jacksonville. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jags don't cross midfield, never mind score a touchdown in that contest. They are that bad. So that pays 50-1. On to the teaser. I am going to take the Chiefs Thursday night and tease them up to plus 10, along with the San Diego Chargers plus 9.5 in Tennessee, St. Louis plus 10.5 in Dallas, Detroit plus 7.5 in Washington, Tampa Bay plus 14 in New England against the Pats, and the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 8.5 Sunday night at home against the Bears. On to my medal picks. I am going with the New York Giants for my bronze pick. Taking them on the money line at plus 105, 2,000 to win 2,100. The Giants have covered in 4 of their last 5 games against the Panthers, including a Week 3 debacle last year when they beat them 36-7 on Thursday Night Football. One of these teams has to start off 0-3. It's not going to be the Giants. It's going to be the Panthers. Also, look out for the Giants. The last time they started 0-2 wasn't back in 2007. They went on to win the Super Bowl, so don't count them out. They've had 2 tough games to start the season against Dallas and the almighty Broncos. So I'm taking the Giants plus 105 on the money line, 2,000 for 2,100. My silver pick this week, I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings minus 5, and I'm jumping on it right now because it opened up yesterday morning at minus 3.5. It's already climbing. I don't know if Vegas knows something that I don't, but Brandon Whedon is apparently injured and not playing. It looks like they're going to have to go with either Jason Campbell or Brian Hoyer. The Vikings could easily be 2-0 this year already. They're at home against the lowly Browns. Of course, Otto's not going to be too thrilled about that, but give me the Vikings minus the 5 points. I don't know how the spread's not bigger. So I'm taking them 4,400 for 4,000, my silver pick. And on to my top pick of the week. I am taking the San Diego Chargers on the money line. They're plus 3 in Tennessee. The Chargers, this is simply a new team, man. They got a new coach. They got a new offensive presence with Danny Woodhead, a great new veteran defensive presence with Dwight Freeney. Hell of a class act. He was serving soup to the underprivileged kids this week. He's something. Anyways, San Diego, another stat that I couldn't ignore here is they've covered in the last 8 straight contests against the Tennessee Titans. So as Dino would say, that's my lead pipe lock of the week. The San Diego Chargers plus 120 on the money line. I'm putting 6,000 for 7,200. Come back next week for week 4. We're going to have the whole team back in action. Until then, this is the Grand Wizard, a.k.a. the world's greatest, a.k.a. the champ, signing off of Pickin Winners. See you next week.